Welcome back to Trash Blaze Ashes, and today we're going to be playing Maeve Luminvale's default deck against Indiri Aldair, and I'm only going to be playing with 4 aspects, even though I normally play with 5 when I'm playing on video, because Indiri kind of scares me. He's actually quite difficult, and Maeve, I don't really fully understand how I'm supposed to be playing her, so yeah, we're going to be playing with 4 aspects. Call me a coward if you want, but that's what we're doing. So I've also changed up the layout a little bit so that hopefully you will be able to see the cards that, need to be visible more with this layout. And I'm going to be playing my ready spells up here and my units down here because this area is more visible than this area right here. So let us roll our opening dice. Oh, I forgot I have a dice tray here now. Okay, that's a lot of basics. This dice tray is not treating me very well. So that's going to be 2 leaves, 2 gears, and the rest are basics. Not great. And our opening hand is going to be we're using the default opening hand, even though I said I might change some stuff, and it's default dice distribution of 5 and 5. Photovoltaics, Botanist, Summon Snapseed, Summon Capacitor Beetle, and Propagate. Players do go first in Ashes, so I think I'm going to start by playing my Photovoltaics with a single gear. And then I guess I will use, that's a side action to play, so for my main action, I guess I will play my Summon Capacitor Beetle. And that's going to be it for me, and then we're going to roll for the Dragonborn to see what they do. That's going to be a Crown. Crown is going to be at Ready Spell 1 to raise a basic die 1 level, so this is going to go from basic to a Crown as well. Followed by a Reveal of Fletch. It's always Fletch. Every single time it's Fletch. Okay, so Fletch is a 1/1/1 with Fletch 1 at the end of the round, and when this unit is destroyed, place 1 status token on the Dragonborn, and they have the shield icon. And Indiri Aldair, at the beginning of his turn, is going to remove status tokens from him to place a random arrow onto the battlefield, so that's not great. Kinda have to get rid of him, but I also kinda don't want to, but either way, it's going to be a problem I have to deal with. So I guess for my main action, I'm going to play my Summon Snapseed, and that's going to be all 3 of the ready spells in this deck. And then, I guess, for my side action, I'm going to use my Photovoltaics. Side action, this does not exhaust. If this spell has fewer than 3 status tokens on it, place 1 status token on it, and raise 1 dice in your active pool 1 level. So I'm going to raise I'm going to need gears for sure. So I'm going to raise this basic to a gear, and then you may place 1 exhaustion token on this spell and remove 3 status tokens on it to place an artifice die from your exhausted pool onto a card you control. So once I get to 3 status tokens on this, I can no longer use it to raise dice, but I can use it to put a artifice die from my exhausted pool onto a card I control. So that's going to be my side action. And then for my main action, I guess I kind of don't want to put out the Botanist at the moment because they might just get destroyed, but I'm also kind of like, it's not that big a deal, I guess. So let's use a leaf and a basic. For the basic, we're going to be using a nature die, and I'm going to be playing my Botanist. This is a 1/3/1, and it costs a leaf and a basic. Main action, Nurture. Side action, attach a Nurture Conjure Alteration spell to a Conjuration you control, and this does not exhaust the Botanist. So you can do that as many times as you want while she's unexhausted. However, you do only get 2 Nurtured in your deck. So, yeah. Now it's going to be their turn. We're going to roll to see what they do. Okay, that was not a... What is this? A Crown, so that's going to raise this also to a Crown. And then they're going to reveal a Lion Weight Concealed. This is a 3/2/2, and this unit cannot be targeted by spells, abilities, or dice powers an opponent controls. Attack spells or abilities, dice powers an opponent controls. And Unseen, this unit cannot be blocked unless all attacking units without the Unseen ability have been blocked. So when the center icon attacks, all the units with the center icon attacks, including all the arrows in this deck. So you have to block all of them before you can block him. My turn again. I think I'm going to do side action, exhaust Maeve Luminvale, use a gear, choose up to 2 cards you control, place an artifice die from your exhausted pool onto those chosen cards. So you spend a dice, it goes into your exhausted pool, so now I can use both of these dice to put onto my cards. And then for my main action, I can't use the Summon Capacitor Beetle because I don't have a B, so I guess I'm going to use my Summon Snapseed instead. So I'm going to use a leaf for my Summon Snapseed main action, exhaust, place a Snapseed Conjuration onto your battlefield if this spell is charged, which it now is. Place an additional Snapseed Conjuration onto your battlefield. So Snapseed is a 0/1/0, and it has Wilt. Discard this card at the end of the round unless it has an alteration spell attached to it. So Botanist can attach alteration spells to the Snapseeds to keep them around, and it gives them +1 life. And they have Solar Sprout. Discard this unit with a main action. If it was charged, place a Snapseed or Snap Trap Conjuration onto your battlefield. So basically these units upgrade into different 3 different stages, and at that final stage, it's like a really powerful unit. So it's going to be their turn now. That's going to be a dragon, and that is all 5 non-basic dice, so these are going to turn back into basics, and it's going to give Indiri Aldair a status token, and dragon is going to be reveal and attack with the revealed aspect, and this is God Shield. God Shield has armored 1, after this unit is dealt damage, prevent 1 of that damage from being received, and it has 2 attack, 1 life, 1 blood, and it is attacking my rightmost unit, which is this Snapseed, and I don't have a frog, unfortunately. Because if I had a frog, I could use this Propagate. You may play the spell after a conjuration you control is destroyed. Place up to 2 Snapseed conjurations onto your battlefield. But I don't have a frog to use this in reaction to the God Shield attacking my Snapseed. I'm debating whether or not I want to just defend this with Maeve Luminvale. I think my answer is no. I'm just going to let this God Shield destroy the Snapseed. So this Snapseed is going to be dead, and then it's going to be my turn. For my turn, I'm going to... I guess I would like to have my Propagate be available, so I guess I'm going to Meditate 1. That's going to get rid of an overcharged growth to turn this into a frog. And do I want to Meditate anymore? I need a B in order to use my Summon Capacitor Beetle, so yeah, I guess I'll Meditate 1 more card. That got rid of a Propagate to turn this basic into a B. And I think that's going to be it for my meditation. So that's what my side action. For my main action, I'm going to use my Summon Capacitor Beetle to place a Capacitor Beetle conjuration onto my battlefield, and because this is charged, I get to draw a card. So I get to draw a card that is a Summon Snapseed. I love to see that. And then I get to put out a Capacitor Beetle, who is a 1/2/0, and it has Void Shift. Discard this unit to place an artifice die from your exhausted pool onto a card you control. And importantly, this is in a yellow box, meaning that even if my Capacitor Beetle is exhausted, I can still use this ability. So that's going to be the end of my turn. Now it's going to be their turn. Oh. Yes. Okay, so status token. At the beginning of the turn, they're going to get rid of a status token to put a random arrow onto their board, and that's going to be a whistling arrow. This has terrifying. It cannot be blocked or guarded against by units with an attack value of 1 or less, which is unfortunate because that's all my units. But that's okay. I'd rather have this than the tangling arrow, which makes me lower my dice. So now we're going to roll a dice to see what we're going to get. That's going to be a basic attack if able, if not reveal, so they can attack. They're going to attack with the Lion Weight and the Whistling Arrow because they both have the center icon. And I cannot block the Lion Weight unless the Whistling Arrow has also been blocked, but I can't block the Whistling Arrow. So that's really, really unfortunate. So I guess both these attacks are just going to go through, and I'm going to take 4 damage. Because the Whistling Arrow gets exhausted when it attacks and has Ephemeral, after this unit becomes exhausted, destroy it. This is going to get shuffled back into our arrow deck. And the Lion Weight is also going to be exhausted, and now it's going to be my turn, and I have to figure out what I'm going to do. The Fletch does need to be destroyed eventually. I kind of wanted to wait for my Capacitor Beetle to just, like, block an arrow, but that didn't seem to happen. So I guess I will main action play another Summon Snapseed, and then I guess I technically could use it, but I don't want to. I think I want to save my summon stuff with the Propagate instead of using the Summon Snapseed. So I guess for my side action, I'm going to use my Photovoltaics, put a status token on this, and I get to raise a dice 1 level, and I'm going to... the Summon Capacitor Beetle costed a B. I should have got rid of that last turn. But I'm going to raise a... Let's raise this gear into a B. And that's going to be the end of my turn. Yeah, that's going to be the end of my turn. Let's roll to see what they do. Crown is going to be raise a dice 1 level and then reveal a Volley of Arrows. Excellent. Okay. Not excellent, actually. I kind of really hate that. But Volley of Arrows gets 2 status tokens on it. And at the beginning of the turn, it's going to remove a status token from this unit to place a random arrow conjured aspect onto this battlefield. So now it's going to be my turn. And I cannot destroy it. There is no way for me to destroy it, unfortunately. I mean, there is a way for me to destroy it, but it's very unpleasant. Oh wait, no, I was going to say that I could just use my Botanist to attack the Volley of Arrows, and if it hits, then I could use my Frog to ping it. But they have a Fletch out, who has the shield icon, so I can't even attack the Volley of Arrows. I guess I'll use my Photovoltaics to give it a 3rd counter, raise this basic to a leaf, and then I will use my Capacitor Beetle to attack the Fletch. Because it has a shield icon, the Dragonborn is not going to block for this, so they are going to be destroyed, dealing 1 blood damage to Indiri Aldair. However, when they're destroyed, they put a status token onto the Dragonborn, And then my Capacitor Beetle is also going to be exhausted, so that's my main action. For my side action, I am going to use my Capacitor Beetle's Void Shift, discard this unit to place an Artifice card or Artifice die from your exhausted pool onto a card you control. So this is going to be discarded to put an Artifice die onto my Snapseed. And that's going to be the end of my turn. Now it's going to be their turn. They're going to use counter from Volley of Arrows and Indiri to put out 2 random arrows. That's going to be Entangling Arrow, of course, and Whistling Arrow. So now they're going to attack from left to right. So that's going to be Volley of Arrows, Entangling Arrow, and Whistling Arrow because of the center icon. And I just realized I should have just used my guy to counter attack so I could use my frog to ping it. Because of the Entangling Arrow, when this unit is declared as an attacker, target opposing player must lower 2 non-basic dice in their active pool 1 level. So I'm going to lower a B to a gear and a leaf to a basic because I want to keep this frog around. I don't actually want to keep this frog around. It's not going to help me in any way. I messed up with the propagate thing. Yeah, I messed that up. So I'm just going to turn this frog into a leaf, I guess. So I guess I'm going to... No. I am going to keep this frog around and I'm going to turn this leaf into a basic. Yeah. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my botanist block the Volley of Arrows. They're going to deal damage to each other. 1 damage is going to go to the Volley of Arrows. And then 1 damage is going to go to my 2 damage is going to go with my botanist. But she has 3 HP, so she's going to live. And she's forced to counterattack, so she will be exhausted from this. The Entangling Arrow and the Whistling Arrow are both going to go through, dealing 2 more damage to me. Yeah, dealing 2 more damage to me. And these get shuffled back into the arrow deck. Now that that is done, it is now my turn. This is also exhausted, and I'm going to use my frog to ping the Volley of Arrows for 1, dealing the 2nd damage, which will deal 2 blood damage to Indiri Aldair. And then that's going to get rid of the Volley of Arrows. I don't have to deal with more arrows spawning. And now, I guess, that was my side action. For my main action, I'm going to use my Snapseed Solar Sprout. Discard this unit. If it was charged, which it is, place a Snap Trap Conjuration onto your battlefield. So this is going to be discarded, and I get a Snap Trap onto my battlefield. And that was my side and my main action. So Snap Trap is a 2/2/0 with Solar Bloom. Discard this unit. If it was charged, place a Floral Tyrant Conjuration onto your battlefield. And now it is going to be their turn. They're going to pass because they have nothing to do. It's going to be my turn. I'm going to use my Photovoltaics to remove 3 status tokens from it and put a exhaustion token on it to put an Artifice die from my exhausted pool onto a card I control. That card is going to be my Snap Trap. That is a side action to do, so for my main action, I'm going to activate my Snap Trap, discard this unit. If it was charged, I get to put out a Floral Tyrant. And Floral Tyrant is a 3/3/0 and has Ravaging Vines. When this unit is declared as an attacker, if it was charged, deal damage to target unit and opponent controls equal to this unit's attack value. So now it's going to be, that was my side of my main action. Now it's going to be their turn. They're going to pass. My turn, I am going to side action, meditate. I'm going to discard a propagate to turn this into a leaf. No, it doesn't matter if I do that or not. No, it does matter if I do that or not, because I still need a main action. Because what I want to do is I want to have my Floral Tyrant attack the God Shield and then use its ability to deal 3 damage to the Lion. Yeah, deal that damage to the Lion weight. That way it will kill both of them with 1 attack. But I can't do that unless it is charged. So I need to first charge it with a side action, which I can't do because I don't have a B out. So I need I need 2 side actions to animate and 2 main actions. So I do need a main action. So yeah, I'm going to meditate 1 by discarding my propagate to turn this into a leaf. And I'm going to meditate this basic into a B by discarding the top card of my deck. That's going to be a Photovoltaics, which I kind of didn't want to get rid of, but okay. And then for my main action, I'm going to use my Summon Snapseed, which is just going to go away, but I'm going to use a leaf and a main action to place a Snapseed onto my battlefield. And I'm just doing this for the main action so that I'm able to then give them a turn. They're going to pass. Now it's my turn, and I can use this B side action to put it onto my Floral Tyrant. Actually, now that I think about it, no, I'm going to meditate a 3rd card. Let's say I meditated a 3rd card to also turn this into a B. Yeah, okay, so side action. Now on this turn, I'm going to do the Floral Tyrant. No, you know what? I'm going to put it onto the Snap Seed for my side action. And then my main action is going to be discarding this because they have now they have a B on it. So I can discard this to put a Snap Trap out. So now it's their turn. They're going to pass. My turn. I'm going to have my Snap Trap attack the God Shield and see if this attack goes through. So this is going to be, because That's going to be a basic, so unfortunately they do guard this, but that's going to deal 2 damage to Indiri Aldair. But what I was going to say is that if Indiri did not guard this, then it would take out the God Shield, meaning my Floor Tyrant would be free to attack directly and deal the 3 damage to the Lion Weight, so that I could deal 3 direct damage to Indiri, plus the Blood too, so that would have been 5 damage total. But unfortunately he did guard this, so now it's going to be their turn, and it's my turn again, and Floor Tyrant is side action. I'm going to put this beyond Floor Tyrant. Main action, Floor Tyrant is going to attack this God Shield, because I'd rather, the attack could be guarded, so I'd rather use his ability to deal damage to the Lion Weight than deal it to the God Shield. I'm okay with the God Shield being around. So I'm attacking the God Shield, and when this unit is declared as an attacker, because it is charged, I can deal damage to target unit and opponent controls equal to this unit's attack values. That's 3. So that's 3 damage to this Lion Weight, dealing 2 blood damage to Indiri Aldair. And we're going to roll to see if they are going to guard this or not. That is a crown, so they do not guard this, and that will destroy the God Shield, dealing 1 more blood damage to Indiri Aldair. Okay, this is going very, very well, actually. Very, very well. So that's going to be the end of the round. All of the dice are going to be exhausted. We are going to unexhaust everything. 1 exhaustion token from everything each. The botanist does have 1 recovery, so this is going to recover by 1. And then we are going to... If they had any living aspects, they would get status tokens. They don't, so now we're going to replenish their battlefield up to 4 cards, because I'm only playing 4 aspects, and I'm starting to think that maybe I could have done 5, but whatever. 4 aspects, and then we're going to progress the Ready spell. So, Ready spell... Oh, never mind, my botanist does not survive. Ready spell 1 is deal 2 damage to each opposing player's leftmost unit, so that's my botanist, so she does not survive, actually. And then place a random arrow conjured aspect onto the battlefield, and then remove the spell from the game, going to Ready Spell 2. So they're going to get a Burning Arrow. This is going to be removed from the game. And now we flip the first player token so that they go first. And we also have to re-roll all of our dice. Alright, what are we going to get? I see at least 1 frog, 2 basics, leaf, and 2 leaves, 3 gears, and 2 basics. Okay, that's fine. I kind of wanted more bees, but whatever. And we're going to draw back our hand size of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We got ourselves another botanist, Aspiring Growth, Encircle, Summon Snapseed, and Propagate. So we get a second chance at using Propagate. Okay. So, they're going to go first. We're going to roll for them. That's going to be a crown. Crown is, once again, going to be raise this to a crown as well. And then, because that's 5 non-basics, these are all going to turn into basics. And they are going to get a status token onto them. And we're going to reveal a Quick Shot. When this unit comes into play, place a status token onto the Dragonborn. So now they're going to start getting their arrows out, and I'm going to have to deal with all those arrows. I got to figure out how to deal with all this stuff. How do I want to do this? I'm wondering if I want to start just, like, attacking with a Floral Tyrant, because I could get out a second Floral Tyrant and upgrade, or put a dice on both of them, so that they can just both go ham, but I'm not sure if that's the correct choice or not. I think let's play it relatively safe-ish. By safe-ish, I mean like boring. I am going to use photovoltaics to put a status token on this and increase this gear into a B. And then for my main action, I'm going to play a Summon Snapseed. So now I have all 3 of my Summon Snapseeds out. And now it's going to be their turn. They're going to remove a status token from them and get out a random arrow. This is going to be the Whistling Arrow, which is not the one I care. All I really care about is the Entangling Arrow. I hate the Entangling Arrow so much. So now we're going to roll to get a Dragon. Dragon is going to be reveal and attack with the revealed aspect, but this is a shield icon. Let me double check to make sure it's not reveal with, or attack with the reveal attack with the revealed aspect of Able. Yeah, so it doesn't say that, like, if you can't reveal, then you would, or it doesn't say that if you can't attack with the revealed aspect, you attack with another one. Oh, also, I think at the beginning of the turn, yeah, they would then remove this and get out another arrow. This is going to be the Entangling Arrow. This is the one I care about. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this right now. Okay, how do I want to get rid of it? I think this might seem a bit too petty, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna main action use a leaf for my Encircle. Deal damage to the target unit and opponent controls equal to the number of unexhausted conjurations you control. So I have 2 unexhausted conjurations, the Snap Trap and the Floral Tyrant. So that's gonna deal 2 damage to this Entangling Arrow just because I hate it so much. And it's probably gonna come back soon. So who knows if that was the right call, but whatever. I'm just gonna do that. And that was my main action. I guess from my side action, let us do a Photovoltaics again, I guess. Yeah, photovoltaics. I'm gonna raise a basic to a leaf. Yeah, I need at least 3 leaves, or I need at least 1 frog and 2 leaves if I'm gonna play everything in my hand. So I'm gonna raise a basic to a leaf. And then it's gonna be their turn. So let's roll to see what they do. That's a crown, so that's gonna raise another one to a crown. And we're gonna reveal a God Shield. Okay. You know what? I'm thinking I should just be petty. I kind of feel like just being petty and using this frog to ping the Fletch for 1, which will get rid of the Fletch, and it will add a status token to the Dragonborn, but deal them 1 blood damage, because I don't want this defender around when I do my attack with my Floral Tyrant. So, because I don't want the 3 damage obviously going to the Fletch. So that's going to get rid of the Fletch, give them a status token. That was my side action. For my main action, I'm going to play my Botanist, who is going to cost a leaf and a basic. I'm going to use an Artifice basic for this. And that's going to be it for my turn. So let's remove a status token to give them another arrow. And please don't be... It is an Entangling Arrow. Okay, and then we're going to roll. Please don't be an attack, I guess. This is a basic, so that is going to be an attack. So that's going to be all center icons are attacking. And because the Entangling Arrow is attacking, I have to lower 2 non-basic dice 1 level. I'm going to lower... let's lower the leaf back to a basic. And then let's lower a gear to a basic as well. Doesn't feel great, but... Sure, I kind of want to do that. So, these 4 units are attacking. I am going to have my Botanist block the Burning Arrow, because Burning Arrow has aggressive 1. When this unit is declared as an attacker, add 1 to its attack value for the remainder of the turn. So this is 2 attack instead of 1, so I definitely want to block this. So my Botanist is going to be exhausted and take 2 damage, and they're going to deal 1 damage back, destroying the Burning Arrow. I think I'm going to let both the Whistling and the Entangling Arrow through, so that's going to deal me 2 more damage. And I think I also want to just let the Quick Shot through as well. It's more worth it to destroy it via Floral Tyrants than it is to block and destroy it that way. So yeah, I'm going to also let this one through, dealing me 2 more damage. I'm up to 10 out of 17 damage, so I can take 6 more. On the bright side, the Quick Shot is now exhausted, and now it is my turn. Now that the attacks have gone off and they don't have any more quick, easy way to get arrows, I'm actually okay with the God Shield attacking my Botanist. So I'm just going to use this turn to stall, I guess. I'm going to use my Photovoltaics to give it a dirt counter, raise a dice 1 level. I'm going to raise this basic into a frog, and not a frog, a basic into a leaf, and then I'm going to exhaust it in the same use to put an Artifice die from my exhausted pool onto a card I control. That card is going to be the Summon Capacitor Beetle. Yeah, so that's my side action. For my main action, I'm going to use a B to do the Summon Capacitor Beetle. I get this Capacitor Beetle out, and I get to draw a card because this is charged. The card I've drawn is Encircle. Okay. Main and side action, third turn, roll to see what they do. Basic, they are going to attack, so... Oh, gotcha. Oh, I did not account for the fact that my rightmost unit is now my Capacitor Beetle. So God Shield is attacking my Capacitor Beetle. They have Armored 1, so even if my Capacitor Beetle counterattacks, they're not going to do any damage, and that's going to waste my Capacitor. That's basically 2 Astral or Artifice die wasted if I do this, because if I let it die. Because I put 1 on the Capacitor Beetle, I used 1 to summon the Capacitor Beetle, and the Capacitor Beetle, when exhausted, can put a Artifice die from my exhausted pool onto a card I control. So that's basically 3 Artifice die wasted, actually. So I think I'd rather just take this hit. So once per round, you can have your Phoenixborn directly guard a unit being attacked. So I'm just going to manually take this hit. I'm going to jump in front of them to take the 2 damage myself. That was bad. Okay. I was just expecting them to, like... to just reveal the next card instead of attacking. But now it's my turn. I am going to side action use Maeve's ability. This is going to cost a gear side action exhaust to choose 2 cards I control and put an Artifice die on both of them. I'm going to put them on Snaptrap and Floral Tyrant, and then for my main action, I'm going to sacrifice my Floral Tyrant to put out another Snaptrap, I'm sorry, to put out another Floral Tyrant. Now it's going to be their turn. They're going to have to reveal their last unit now. That's going to be a basic, if attack if able, if not reveal, so they're going to reveal and oppress. This attacks the leftmost unit, and after this unit destroys an opponent controls by attacking, place 1 exhaustion token on target opposing player's leftmost unexhausted unit. But I'm all set up now, so I'm going to have my Floral Tyrant attack the God Shield. Yeah, I'm going to have my Floral Tyrant attack the God Shield because they have a Artifice die on them. I am going to be able to deal 3 damage to a unit an opponent controls. So that's going to be 3 damage to the oppressed, dealing 2 blood damage to Indiri Aldair. So that goes from 4 to 6 here. And this goes up to a 10. So they are now up to 11 damage. And now they have no more units. It's my turn to do stuff, and I can just go ham. So I guess Capacitor Beetle is going to attack the quick shot. Let's see if they guard this. They don't guard this, so my Capacitor Beetle is now exhausted, and I get rid of the quick shot, dealing 1 more blood damage to the Dragonborn. And for my side action, I'm going to discard my Capacitor Beetle to put an Artifice die from my exhausted pool onto a card I control, so that's going to put this onto my Floral Tyrant. And then their turn, they pass. My turn, I'm going to... well, I have a lot of leftover dice, actually. I have a lot of leftover dice. I guess Floral Tyrant is going to attack directly, and I'm going to use durability to deal 3 damage to the God Shield. So this is going to deal 1 more blood damage to the Dragonborn, plus the 3 damage, so that's going to be another 3 damage to this, so that's going to be 16 out of 30 damage to them, and the God Shield is destroyed. And I still have 4 dice and a lot of stuff to do, and cards in my hand, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this. Actually, you know what? I think the solution is actually pretty simple. There's only... I have 3 Summon Snap Seeds, and I only have enough dice to put out 2 of them and upgrade them, because if I don't upgrade them, or if I don't put an alteration spell onto them, they're just gonna go away, and I think I'd rather just upgrade them than put an Aspiring Growth on them to keep them around just to destroy them next turn. So I think I'm going to meditate 3 cards by discarding 3 cards from my deck, or 3 dice by discarding 3 cards from my deck, turn both of these into bees, and turn this into a leaf. That's my side action. Main action is going to be summon a Snapseed, so I'm going to get a Snapseed out. And then next turn is going to be side action, put a bee onto one of these Snapseeds, and then main action is going to be another summon Snapseed to get another Snapseed out. And it's going to be third turn, they're going to pass my turn. The side action is going to be put a bee onto another Snapseed. And then the main action is to get rid of a Snapseed with the bee on it to get out a Snap Trap. And then you get the picture, they pass my turn, main action, discard a Snapseed to put out another Snap Trap. And then third turn they pass, my turn, I might as well use both Snap Traps to attack and deal 4 damage directly to Indiri Aldair, putting him up to 20 out of 30 damage. And that's going to be the end of round 2, and this was a very, very successful round 2, actually. Turns out that 4 aspects is significantly easier, I guess, than 5 aspects. End of the round recovery. Botanist does have 1 recovery, so she does heal 1 damage. All the dice gets exhausted. I can once again guard, and I guess we are going to flip the first player token back to me. Wait a second. I'm the first player. Oh, that's going to be nasty. That's going to be really nasty. Okay, so refill the board. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're also going to activate the ready spell of Indiri Aldair, deal 3 damage to each opposing player's leftmost unit. Oh, that's going to be me. Okay. Or is that, sorry, not going to be me. That's going to be the Floral Tyrant. So this Floral Tyrant, unfortunately, is going to go away. Place 2 random arrow conjured aspects onto the battlefield. So that's going to be an Entangling Arrow and a Burning Arrow. And remove this ready spell from the game, going to ready spell 3, but I get the first turn. So let us roll to see... Well, do I even need to... Hold on. I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can deal 8 damage. I can deal 8 damage if I just attack right away, but that's not going to be enough to destroy Indiri Aldair. I need to deal 10 total damage. Alright, let's roll to see what we get. So that was a gear and... 2 basics, a leaf, another gear, and a frog. I got a frog. So 1 frog, 2 leaves, 3 gears. Okay. I also need to draw my hands of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have Aspiring Growth, Overcharged Growth. This unit now has the following ability: +1 life, +1 attack, +1 recover. Aspiring Growth can only be attached to a unit with an attack value of 1 or less. Unfortunately, this is not a side action, because this is 2 more damage that I could put onto my Botanist. But because it's a main action, if I put it onto my Botanist, I won't be able to attack. And Catalyst, draw a card, you may place an Artifice die from an exhausted pool onto a card you control, you may move an Artifice... Okay. And Summon Capacitor Beetle. You know what? Actually, I just realized that I don't think they have any units with guard except for the Fletch. And Fletch is a... Yeah, I'm only seeing Fletch as a unit with a shield icon, and Fletch is a 1 blood aspect. The next one to be revealed is a 2 blood aspect, so even if they reveal a card and they attack with the Burning Arrow and Entangling Arrow, that's going to be 3, 4, maybe 7 damage to me, which would defeat me actually if they roll a dragon and reveal a unit with 3 attack, and they all attack me all at once. So I guess I would need another unit to defend with in that case. Actually, no. Okay, so this is easy. This is really easy. So what I'm going to do is side action this turn. I'm going to use 2 dice for overcharged growth onto... It doesn't really matter. I'm going to put it onto my Floral Tyrant. So that's going to give them +1 attack. And it also gives them Unstoppable 1. This unit can be blocked or guarded against by units with an attack value of 1 or less. And then next turn, I'm going to put the overcharged growth on another unit. So that's going to be my 2 damage that I need. So this turn, I can use my main action to just summon a unit to block with in case they summon something that's like big and nasty. So I guess I'm just going to summon a Snapseed, I guess. So I'm going to use a Leaf to summon a Snapseed, and that's just going to be here to block with in case this is a big nasty unit that I have to guard, and a Roller Dragon, which is unlikely. So that's going to be the end of my turn. Yeah, side and main action. So now we're going to roll for them. And they're going to get a basic. Basic is attack if able, if not reveal. So both of these are going to attack. I need nothing. Okay. So both of them are attacking. I'm just going to take that 3 damage, putting me up to 15 out of 17. They're both going to go away because of the Entangling Arrow. I do have to lower 2 non-basic dice 1 level. It doesn't really matter what I do. So I guess I'm going to lower this to a basic and this to a basic as well. And then it's going to be my turn. So side action, I'm going to use a second overcharged growth to put this onto a Snap Trap, I guess, and then everyone's going to attack. They have no units to guard with or block with, so that's going to be, or well, my Snapseed is not going to attack, so that's going to be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage directly to Indiri Aldair, and now he's at 30 out of 30, and I have 1. Okay, yeah, I think I did that all correctly. So that is Maeve Luminvale versus Indiri Aldair with 4 aspects, not 5. So that's why this looked significantly easier than my game against Indiri with what's her name, Kana Galeheart. Honestly, I do believe that Kana Galeheart is stronger than, or her default deck, I mean, is stronger than Maeve Luminvale's. I just think that 4 aspects is significantly easier than 5. Like, that's a big jump in difference, apparently. Or maybe I'm just underestimating Maeve. Maybe she actually is that strong, and I'm like not giving her the credit that she's due. I guess we'll have to find out by playing with Maeve again against 5 aspects at some point. But hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time when I go back and I upgrade the previous 2 Phoenixborn decks from Ash's Ascendancy. What were their names? Issa Brightmoor and Aaron Frostpeak. I'm going to be modifying their deck using only cards found in the Nature expansion, and I'm going to be showing like what you can do with just these, like with just this expansion, how you can improve their decks. Well, not maybe showing how you could do that, but my sort of take on how you could do that. And yeah, hopefully I see you next time. Goodbye.